Hello.
Hello. Let's see.
Haha. Hello and welcome to Common Sense for Relationships.
Yes, welcome. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I mean, wherever you are, we're so happy that.
Once again, Deborah is first.
Oh, really? Debbie, interesting. Well done, Debbie.
Over to you.
Good evening, and good evening, everyone. We're so happy to that you are allowing us into your space once again. Yes, it's a privilege. We don't take it for granted. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us. Everyone who's joined us live, thank you so much. Today, we're going to talk about something really interesting. And just to get straight to it, it's the pursuit of happiness.
The pursuit of happiness.
Yes, and I know that when people hear this topic, by default, they think of the movie.
The Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah. And honestly, that movie was beautiful. So much to learn from it.
Yeah.
And so on. Yes. In fact, I thought that at the end of this, I'll just go and sit down and watch it again if some people join me.
No.
You won't join me? Well, if they don't join me, maybe I'll just use a different location and still watch it. Oh, I messed up. Unfortunately, there's no popcorn in the house. Okay, anyway.
Yes. Order.
Yes, so when we're talking about pursuit of happiness with regards to relationships and marriage and so on, that's what we're going to deal with today. But please, as you come on, please tell us where you are watching from.
Where you are joining from.
Yes, we'd like to know, are you in Nigeria? Are you outside? Are you just right here behind us? Maybe we can just send somebody to bring you to join us live on set.
Live on set.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, I mean, it's just nice to know. And while you're at it, please share the link with your friends, your loved ones, your family members, your neighbors, and your enemies.
Yes. Share the link with your enemies. Because the moment you borrow your enemy's sense, you will know that you are probably a good person. I won't fight with you again. So that's why we want you to bring your enemies and give them common sense.
You know,
yes.
So that's one of my favorites, Pursue Peace with All Men. Yes, I mean, peace with all men. So in fact, just chase the peace so much that you don't have enemies. And if this is going to be an avenue for you to achieve peace, then please, by all means.
But you see, that one that you just said now, pursue peace with all men, is the pursuing of the peace that has led some men to also pursue peace with their own women. Do you understand? So, because someone will tell, because this issue of pursuing peace is what some people are saying, just for the sake of peace of mind. For the sake of peace of mind, if I can't find peace in my house, let me pursue it outside. But that I'm just saying, So it's. Don't look at me like that now. You are the one that brought the pursue peace. I'm telling you how people are pursuing this peace. Because when they can't find it in the house, because if the peace pursue you from inside the house, you go and check whether you find the peace outside the
we'll
house.
Get to that anyway. But before we dive in, there's some really interesting stuff we want to share with you. First of all, today we went for a wedding.
She like Amiibo.
And
wait. Between the two of us, who do you think likes Amiibo? Pass. So
I can't see the comments.
Look at her face. Look at her face. Who likes Amiibo? No. Why people like this?
Somebody said my yard people. That's me. Oh my goodness.
No. I'd like to at her face. You can tell who likes Amiibo. Anyway, I give them. You should want to give gist.
Yes. So we went for a wedding today, and this wedding was really beautiful. I mean, very dear Hope. Yes, got married. Yes. So Hope,
things are happening.
We are really excited about your wedding. I mean, we were smiling all through. I was smiling all through. I was really, I was just happy.
But they said I was making people laugh. I was making people smile. Now that's my own
It's
contribution.
normal. But really, I learned something new, and it was just beautiful and refreshing. Sometimes we are stuck in a certain way of thinking. It has to be like this and then this and then this. Once upon a time, people thought you had to do your traditional wedding, then maybe 2 weeks or 1 month later, in fact, sometimes months later, do your church wedding. That's another expense. And then you move to your husband's house or whatever. Then later on, people now started doing this one weekend wedding where they'll do maybe Friday evening traditional and then Saturday morning the white. And then people moved to very early Saturday morning, the traditional, and then like 12, the white wedding. Just ways to reduce the number of days, because with each day, the expenses, the hotel bills, the everything, But today, we experienced a new one.
Another level.
Yes, in
Another
Hope
level.
and Uche's wedding, and that was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And Hope, with your permission, which I believe you give to us from the bottom of your heart, we're sharing this tip with the rest of the world for people who feel, weddings are so expensive, like we don't need to, or we'll
Especially my brothers.
Or they'll start saying because weddings are so expensive. That's
I don't
why.
want to marry.
No. That's why we are cohabiting, because actually we're meant to be together, but we can't afford to get married. No more excuses. Or whatever other reasons. But hey, this is what we experienced in the morning. It was an afternoon wedding.
It was an afternoon wedding.
Yeah. So we went for the wedding, and at the end of the wedding, the whole wedding church service, right? Instead of having a reception at an additional venue where you will pay
an additional cost.
Yes, pay an arm, a leg, and maybe like 2 teeth.
And 2 teeth.
Or
2 index fingers.
Instead, you just share cards to your guests who are seated in the church, and they go to a particular location, still in the premises, and pick up their bag of goodies on their way out. That saves you the extra cost.
Okay.
But then you have still taken care of your guests because you served something that was reasonable, and they can go into their houses. And by the way, it wasn't as if church wedding has finished. That's the end. If you want to dance,
Bedu was there.
Dance right there.
Bedu was present.
In fact, honestly, that was really beautiful. So okay, so that's that. And
what? Why are you looking at me?
Okay, and and another thing we want to slap out of the way before we get into this is something that we had today. Can you marry your ex?
Can you go back to your ex?
Can you go back to your ex?
What did you forget there?
Can you go back to your ex? So, and this is for singles. If you are single, you had an ex, or you have an ex, and then sometime later the person comes around, can you marry them again? I actually heard there's a song that says you should not, I cannot, it's like a taboo to go back to your ex. My question is, why can't you go back to your ex? Please, people, feel free.
Even me, I'm speechless.
What's wrong with going back to your ex? What's the problem with going back to your ex? I personally feel that nothing wrong with going back to your ex if certain conditions are right. Is anybody saying something?
No, nobody said something. I'm just looking at us. So while you're looking at us, please, it's a good time to share the link. share, click like, and what else can they click? They can click like, they can click the bell, they can click,
they can subscribe, they can do lots of things.
Deborah, God bless you. Deborah, I can hear you.
Old has passed away.
Because she's saying, what's wrong with that? Me, I'm asking, what did you forget there? If you say she's ex, what did you forget there? Somebody's saying no audio.
Benjamin says no audio.
Is that true?
What's going on? If you can hear us, let's get some feedback. If you can hear us, what do you like saying? Type
111.
If you can hear us, type 111, please. So I was sure. There was a reason you left in the first place, Sophia Owozia says. There was a reason you left in the first place. Okay, so if there was a reason you left, and okay. Yes, thank you, Sophia. So more like that reason still exists, right? One can hear us. Good. Thank you.
Benjamin, check your audio. Maybe you're muted or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jethro, I see you.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining.
Thank you. So Sophia says there was a reason you left
In the first
place. Which is why I'm asking, if you left, what did you forget there? Because me, I'm thinking, this is me just thinking out loud. This is me just thinking out loud. If you left your ex, you have moved on to your next, and now your ex shows up in the picture, and you want to go back, I think you will be prolonging your pursuit. This happiness you are pursuing, you'll be prolonging it, because it's as if you have finished season 1. You have come to season 2. Now you want to go and do season 1 again before you come back to. I don't really. Somebody should help me.
So this me, I'm just thinking with an open mind. I'm just being very objective here. If you have not, for instance, moved on to a next. Or maybe there is even a next, but nothing has been finalized. I mean, it's not over until there's a ring and you have exchanged those vows. So anything can happen. And then the ex shows up, and maybe before you guys had some issues, you didn't communicate well, or even level of maturity wasn't just what so, or level something. Of maturity, okay. I mean, people change over time, right? So what if now this person comes back and all the things that were missing in quote are now there? And you too, you have grown to the point that whatever it was, the person wasn't excited, made the person leave you. You now have, so what's wrong? What's wrong if you check all the boxes now? What's wrong?
Okay, so what you're saying is that
it brings us right back to the pursuit of happiness.
What
are you looking for? Again.
Hashtag. What are you looking for? Because that will answer the question of what if the reason has changed? What did you forget there? What did Sophia hear? Sophia said, what was the reason you left in the first place? So all of that will be answered by what are you really looking for?
Yeah, because I mean, sometimes guys, please, people shouldn't crucify me, but that sometimes some ladies will say, oh, his level of maturity, or they say, I don't think he has really figured out what he wants to do with his life, but maybe 2 years, 3 years, the guy has wised up. Right, and now the guy he's motivated. Maybe he met somebody who really helped him. Maybe he has a mentor now or something. Hey, what are you looking for? If he now has what was missing back then, what stops you from going back? Just saying.
But as you're saying this thing in my mind, I'm just thinking, it's like guys are really suffering. I don't know whether guys, when they see a lady, they analyze the lady the way. When ladies see guys, they just analyze the guy. As in, there's a way when ladies just see a guy, they just analyze your destiny, and then they just decide for you. You are not mature. You are not serious. You are not man enough. As in, it's women that knows all this definition of us. So even we say we don't even know whether we are man enough or not.
That's the problem now.
But then the way women just analyze, as in they just analyze the destiny of men. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's a serious. So the guys don't suffer. I agree with you, my brother. I agree. Guys don't suffer.
Gary says, for me, I can't go back, but there are some exes that are better than the present. It's true now. It's true. That's why
I hear you loud and clear.
It's not over until it's over. Because
I hear you.
Some people will leave one and jump to the other one, and then when they now get to this other one, they're like, "Oh my goodness!" From what? All the way from frying pan to fire.
To fire. Deborah said, "Analysis."
Oh my goodness!
People say, "Wow, that is our own golden voice." So you know the voice.
Yes. Hi, Ibrahim.
The voice. He's talking about not me like now. He's talking about my voice.
It's not you. It's me.
It's okay. Let's just continue the show.
Okay.
Marcus said, guys are really suffering. Marcus, you can bear me witness now. You too, you see it.
Yes, women are analytical. So the thing now is when you come to this subject of pursuit of happiness, when you say you're chasing something, what are you chasing? Why are you chasing it?
Yes.
So some people are just like floating through, just letting life happen to them, just taking things as they come, and just not being deliberate about anything. So you say, okay, what do you want? Well, this is that, or sometimes, well, whatever will be, But when we talk about pursuit of happiness, because the problem with not knowing, is there a problem with not pursuing? Is there a problem with not knowing? Yes, there is. And what is that? Now, what will happen may turn out to be something that you are not happy about. Sometimes you fail to define what happiness means to you because you think it doesn't matter. Then you now get into the matter. And when things unravel, the things that you didn't plan, the things that you took for granted, they now bring you unhappiness and despair and pain and anguish. We don't want that. And I believe nobody just wants to be unhappy.
I want to go back to that thing that you say what didn't matter? How did you say, the way you said it, that what didn't matter because you didn't matter for it. It now matters when you are now unmattered.
When you refuse to define or to define what happiness is to you, so that you are deliberate about pursuing after it, right? Because you think it doesn't matter, you may now end up in the matter. The matter being like your relationship or your marriage or whatever it
Even
is.
your career,
And then you get there and you discover the conditions are such that you are now unhappy. You are now sad, depressed, displeased, and so on. Yes, so it's really important for people to define what does happiness mean to me. Okay, it's a starting point. It's like defining your destination. Like, I want to travel.
Where?
Oh yeah, where? That's by default.
That's defining happiness. I want to travel. Where? I want to be happy. What is it?
Yes, because when you know where you're going, then you can now know. Is it okay do I need to just trek? It's not far. Or is it such that if I want to trek?
When you know where you are going, then you know how to pursue it.
And you know how to use what tools to use. You know how you say, I want to go to the place, and you type it into your Google map or something, and it tells you if you are trekking, it will take you 39 days. Or something, okay, this one, I have to use a taxi, or I have to fly or something. I mean, it just helps you plan. It helps you, know how to.
Before we move to the next junction, is it junction or juncture? Juncture. Whichever one it is, you know what I'm saying. Bus stop. Before we reach the next bus stop, we hear that Facebook is buzzing up. So all of you watching us on Facebook, please just share. Click the share button right now. Just share it to your friends.
Yes, share
and tag and like, and just anything that will move this thing from here to the permanent site. Move it. All right.
Okay.
Over to you, girl.
All right. So let's establish first that it's important to know what happiness is for you. Define it.
Okay, so let me tell you, for a number of guys, as a guy, guys, you should tell me if I'm representing you very well, because I'm trying in this matter. Guys, happiness to some guys is equal to peace of mind. Any woman that will not give me problem, peace of mind.
Guys, if you agree with that, please type 111. As in, if that is one of the things on your list, please type 111. And while you're at it, feel free to drop some of the other things.
We are doing idols. I be vote. So guys, vote for me. I'm supporting you. Type 111 if you agree that peace of mind is
very
one
important.
of the things. It's very important for you. Somebody has typed 17 once. Peace of mind.
And while you're at it, please feel free to comment on the other things that are important to you. As
a guy. So.
Yes, but it's important to know. And it's important to write these things down, document it. We take these things for granted too much. It's important to know. And then when you know, you can now start your journey of working towards it, okay? Because really, anything, it's okay. You can desire anything. Some people say, you're asking for too much. Do you understand? And they almost make it look like it's a crime that you're asking for those things. But it's not a crime for you to ask for that thing. You understand? In fact, even if you are the poorest, if you are lowest level, in your society or something, and then you decide that you want to become the president's wife, or you want to become the president man, or whatever it is, it's okay to desire anything you want. It's okay to desire. But the thing is, you now need to match that desire with action. You have to be ready for the journey. Right? So there's some things that you want that it's easy to achieve. I mean, you just want a simple life. You want to marry somebody who is probably just like you. It will be easy to find that kind of person in your environment, right?
So, Bobby, are you trying to say, what if I'm hearing you clearly in my right ear? Are you trying to say?
Your left ear, there's name you. But continue, Sha.
See, for somebody that is like me, that knows how to say plenty things. So, guys, you have to be careful who you marry. It's very important. Do you understand? Because someone like me, like this, that has plenty things to talk. When you now have one small woman like this, just say one thing, I can't even talk. You'll be shocked. I'm telling you. If you see me, I'm very tall in real life. You see me, I'm very tall. But when this woman, she's not very tall, it's just that we are sitting down. That's listening. When she says something, sometimes I just have to stop first. And for sake of national peace, I have to think about it 2 or 3 times before I give a response. That's how I'm pursuing my happiness very gently. You understand? Very gently. So I was going to say that, so what you're saying from my right ear is that if you are pursuing this happiness and you are not finding it, it's possible that you are not pursuing the happiness that is in your level. If I am right, say Okay. So that means that is it possible that some people, guys, and for you again, is it possible that some ladies that are saying all the guys around me are not serious, all the guys around me are not my level? Is it possible that some of those ladies are not even the level they are trying to pursue?
It's possible. See, it's possible. Let me tell you, it's like this. Some people will look at you and say, you're not my type, you're not what I'm looking for. Because maybe they feel if I am this, I want my husband or somebody to be above that level. You understand? And so they now they've set their eyes on a higher person. Because that's what they want to go to. Or maybe, there are different reasons. Maybe you come from a place where people are always shouting and fighting and arguing and stuff, and then you decide that, hey, you know what? When I get married, I want to marry somebody who is calm and peaceful. And that kind of person may actually be, in quotes, out of your league, because that's not your background. You are by nature loud and cantankerous. But then you are seeking for something better. It could also be that you are poor, but you want to marry somebody who is very rich. But in your circle, because you are poor or average, or just getting by, right?
But let's not say they are poor. Let's just say you are not rich. And
yes.
You're not rich.
You're not rich. You're just getting by. The people around you too are just getting by. But you want to marry one of the richest people in the world, or you want your husband to be a billionaire, or your wife to be a billionaire. Do you know? It's not going to just happen. You're not just going to sit down and it happens. That's why I say there's nothing wrong with the desire, but you need to be ready to pay the price to achieve that desire.
So, but if your desire is above your level, it means that your pursuance will be very long.
Yes, it may take now, and the price is in different ways. The price may be time.
Okay.
Because you may need to wait
and pursue longer.
Wait.
And
wait, before that kind of person shows up.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Because they are not readily around you because you're not in that circle. Do you understand?
I hear you now.
And then sometimes the what you're paying may be strategy. How do I? So you see some people, this is our level, though.
Yes.
And if we continue at our normal pace with what we have and so on, we are going to be here like this.
Okay.
But then you aspire for greater things. You want to break out of this level. I mean, even in this, and this thing applies not just in life, not just relationships, in life. So you can decide, okay, for me to get out of this current level, I need to do something like attend an Ivy League school. And it's not beans to get into those schools. And it is expensive, to be in those schools and so on. But you are like, by hook or by crook, I am going to get there. I'm going to work towards it. I'm going to try to get a scholarship. I'm going to do everything possible. And you go all out.
Right.
See, just by attending that school, you have made connections. And now you are now part of an alumni, is it not? Of people who are
of a certain class.
Yes.
My goodness. So the
kind of connections you now have, the kind of links you now have, the kind of access you now have, a lot of things change because of. But then how did it start? By you defining what your happiness is, and then being ready to pay the price, and then pay the price.
So that means happiness will not just come because you carry the name.
Yes, it's not just
because your name is happiness, it will not just come because you carry name, or because they preach that this week will be your week of favor. Not just
you have to be deliberate.
There's a strategy.
Yes, you have to be deliberate about it. So even in relationships, you have to be deliberate about what am I looking for? What kind of life do I want? That's where it starts from. Not what am I looking for in a man? First of all, I'm looking for a man who's why are you looking for that kind of man? You need to know the why. When you know the why, then you can now define the man that fits the why, okay, or define the woman that fits the why, okay, and then you now start. Why are you laughing?
Somebody type something.
Let's see. Sophia.
No,
okay.
So the person might have the future potential, future Elon Musk, but not the current substance. So whoever is pursuing, it depends on what the person is pursuing is looking for. Because if the person is pursuing the future Elon Musk,
Jethro, thank you so much for saying this. It's really important, and it is a good place to tell. Wait, now we're always dragging this matter. This matter is always coming to the table. It's a good place to tell people that there's still something called potential.
Sisters, no, they lie here potential.
There's still something called potential, okay? And there's still the art, the fine art of being able to identify
potential.
People whose potentials will materialize.
I was just about to support you now, but this one I brought now is another comma to the matter. I was about to say that sisters know they like follow, they know they like here potential. They want the present Elon Musk. They don't want your future. Sisters want the present
because
Elon Musk.
Some say they followed potential and potential never materialized. So they have started warning others.
don't do that. So but really,
but then there are those who followed potential and the potential
you can see it now because
do you understand?
Look, see us now. Who follow us? If they are looking for future, if it was present Elon Musk they were looking for when we came, who for know us? Because if you see that there's one picture like that my daughter saw. I don't know if I've told you people before. My daughter saw the picture, and one of my staff asked them, "Who is this?" He says, "Mommy and one of her friends." Yes, your dad. I was looking there. That's to tell you that the future, my future was very far. so this lady has been pursuing for a long time. My future, but now you are seeing the present now, and the problem is that now fine boy as I am. That's when some sisters are coming after I have been.
You didn't tell me some sisters are coming.
You don't know. They are underrating my market value. What are you talking about? Let's listen to what Sophia has to say.
Okay, Sophia says, in defining happiness, I'll say it's getting to a state of satisfaction and fulfillment with the person or state you're in, not living out challenging yourself to get better. Thank you so much, Sophia. That's really important. She says potential that is work in progress. Yes, under construction.
Potential that is under construction. There has to be. So when you see this potential, you must find, when something is under construction, you must find tools in the work area. You must find project that is being built. You must find.
You must look for progress.
You must look for progress.
Track
you must
record.
Look for track record. Because if they say something is under construction, it means that when you come, it is a construction site. It's not an abandoned site. It's not where there used to be a site. And so when someone controls this thing that she said, this thing that Sophia said, brings me to mind the fact that we are having the next edition, the May edition of Livewire.
Yeah.
And Sophia, you are very correct. It's titled Under Construction.
Yes.
Under Construction is a workshop on life, living, and the pursuit of happiness. We want to look at, as things are hard in this country like this, as things are hard, how do you give young people these tools that you're talking about? How do you give young people these tools for them to be able to build their life in the present, current person? And also the potential to become future Elon Musk, but using time-tested principles. And it's coming.
Go ahead.
It's coming up on the
28th?
Yes, it's coming up on the 28th of May, and the time is 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. We are doing this short and sharp because we have a lot of events that day for young people. There is Under Construction, there is Men at Work, same day, and then there is Champions League final. So it is up 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Dome. So everyone on this place, everyone on this channel, and if you can make it physically to Lekki, if you're in Lagos, we can make it physically to Lekki, come there, we will be there. Young people gathering together, just having a blast. And we're looking at how to, some people's potential will be kick-started, as in it will translate from potential to kinetic. Oh my goodness. My physics that I did that year.
That year is coming in handy now.
Coming in now. Kinetic is active energy, not energy that is resting. Energy that is active. So when you talk about under construction and when you talk about potential, ladies, look for guys that have active energy, not active talk. Not active talk. There's a difference. Not active talk. Active energy. The thing, he's doing something, he's working.
Yes. There's track record. I see Christy. Hi, Christy. Christy was our chief bridesmaid, only bridesmaid during traditional. I don't know if they used to have, but it's traditional. She was there. So Christy, it's nice to have you here.
I truly salute.
Yes. So we were saying you have to be deliberate, right, about this pursuit of happiness.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't just sit down and say, oh, whatever will be will be. You have to be deliberate. You have to go all out to achieve what it is that you desire. Don't rest on your oars, as they say. Yeah. So hey, I see Frank and I see my sister. Hi, Kaite, Shoop, in the building.
Hey, Auntie Eki. What's up, man? What's up?
Yes, thank you so much for joining us today. We're really happy about that. Yeah. Yes, so you have to be intentional. And this is not just for singles, even for people who are married.
Yeah, because it's like by the time you enter the marriage, when you get into this whole institution of marriage, life happens, and sometimes happiness quickly goes out the window, and suddenly the marriage becomes it's my cross. Marriage is not supposed to be a cross. No, marriage is not supposed to be a burden. No, there are things in life that that are burden, but it's not marriage, because marriage was designed not to be a burden, but it was designed as a crucible to bring you some level of maturity in life that allows you to become the full expression of what you were born to be. I don't know if somebody's feeling this. See, listen, there's something that marriage does to you that some people will just look at you. So ordinary young guy like me, somebody will just tell me, man, you are a good man. Me, like this. I'm just shouting. That marriage was to you, you know. But that's just me being.
Yeah. So,
But really, yeah.
so even in marriage, you can pursue happiness.
Yes.
I mean, if it's not, maybe you start off and things are not just the way you desired.
Life happened.
Yeah, or you can actually say, what do I want? There always there always has to be that place where you sit down and you say, what is my definition of happiness? What am I looking for?
What am I looking
As
for?
a single, what am I looking for? As a married person, what am I looking for? And when you are married, I mean, if you're single, you can be deliberate about checking to make sure that the person that you're going to end up with helps in you achieving that happiness. If you are married already, and then you find yourself in conditions that are not pleasant and so on and so forth, you can still sit down with that person. Now there are two people involved. Yeah. And once there's another person involved, then by default, communication comes into the picture. Because now, apart from you defining what you want, you also have to sit with the person and check what they want and get them to also define what they want if they haven't. And you people compare notes and discuss how do we, because it's no longer a me thing, me only or you only. So I have to be able to sit down and ask you what is it that would make a change for you? What is, because I can't just say you change for me to be happy. It needs to be mutual.
But that's what you people always do now. Every time that there's a problem, they say the guy.
Who said?
You people. I don't want to call names. Guys, is it okay for me not to call names? Who do they usually blame? Even when every time we go for marriage seminar, they will say we should just be saying sorry. Whether we are the ones that did it, we are not the ones that did it. We should just be saying sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Because you people are always saying we are the problem, but it's okay, we'll take it.
But really, both parties need to be involved. Yeah. Both parties need to be involved.
So there has to be some sense
and then work towards it together. Because there's this book I was reading where we're talking about, like a couple, and one person keeps complaining, this other person does this, I don't like it, and this other person also has their own list. Well, this person who is complaining, you want this person to change 5 things. No. Say, okay, that these 5 things you do that I absolutely hate. Wait now. But let's trade. I mean, because we are married, it's open, we all know. So let's
so you're saying the 5 things it's okay.
Wait. So wait now.
Okay.
So we now say, okay, so let's do like trade by butter, or let's do I scratch your back, you scratch mine. I will change one thing if you change one thing. Do you understand? Okay, so what's the first thing you would really like me to stop doing or start doing?
We'll try that in that time.
Which one?
We'll try this thing before now. I'll change one thing and you change one.
I can't remember. Did it work?
I don't know. Did it work?
It must have. It must have, because I'm in a happy place right now. So it must have.
I'm doing well.
So okay. I mean, you can. I feel that it's not fair to just expect one person to change for you. Both people need to be involved, and really couples, I encourage husbands, wives, I encourage both parties, please be willing to work together to make your marriage work.
Last, now 2 of you are the inside though.
Yes, and if you're happy, it's the 2 of you that are happy. If your marriage is beautiful, it's the 2 of you that enjoy it. And when your children grow up in that home with the love and the joy and everything in that surrounding, it's you people that will reap the fruit of healthy and happy and excited and all of that children. I mean, assuming that they don't go outside and allow external influences to scatter everything.
Let's not go there. We're in a happy place.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go there. Because really, there's something so beautiful about shared happiness than solitary goodness. Oh, goodness! I want to start this. I should sit down. I want to stand up. But
what did you say again? Something
So
about
all this thing I said,
Wait, shared happiness and solitary
there's
goodness.
something beautiful about shared happiness than solitary goodness.
All by yourself,
all
right?
by yourself. Yeah.
Yes, honestly.
You know, there's a way social media just want us to say, oh, just
Selfie.
on the back.
And then it's difficult. It's difficult.
But when you have somebody to share it with, that's why a hug makes a lot. Sometimes a hug, just hugging somebody, even without words. There's a way God created the human being. The human. There's a way God created us. There's that thing within us that just wants to share. And when you find someone that you guys have chosen to take the walk with, and you are sharing the happiness with them, it's really beautiful. It's really wonderful.
Like when maybe you get a promotion at work, or that business deal clicks, or something. Yeah. You need to come and share it with somebody, and then imagine you're fighting with your spouse, and then you just get to the house, and you cannot wait to tell him. But inside you're there, but I can't tell you because I'm fighting with you. No. But it's nice to be able to come back and say, hey, guess what happened? Or guess what? I have good news. Or then you.
No, but wait. Me, I will share the exciting. We'll pause the fight. You understand? We'll just pause the fight, and then we'll share the exciting news and tell you all the things that happened that we're excited. After you finish sharing the happiness with me, then we'll continue. You have to be able to.
But the way I respond will not be as beautiful as if there was happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just try, work towards it. It just makes life easier. It makes things better. So it's what working towards. So pursuit of happiness, we have to be intentional. Intentional as singles, intentional as couples, as married. And it's something that should not be taken for granted, because that happiness has so many benefits. Why should we pursue it? Why should we pursue it? You see, one person shows up, is just drudging, it's just dragging through, it's just, and then another person comes full of life, full of energy. One person gets the job done and everybody's excited around the person. Another person is doing the job and everybody's miserable along with the person. And sometimes you look and you find out that something is not right somewhere. Something is not right at home. And sometimes people now carry that frustration and come and white on everybody else, in the office, in church, in little gatherings and so on.
So as we begin to navigate towards the last third, I will still say, if you're out there, you've not shared the link, please share the link, click like. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, share wherever you're watching from. Just share to your friends. Let them hear these common sense tips that we are giving. They're not they're in simple English. They're not marriage or clouded. Don't check the dictionary.
It's not there.
They're not marriage or clouded. They're simple English. So in plain terms, there's one matter that I want us to settle before we leave.
Which matter?
This is the matter of what should men do? Married men now, you're married, and in your pursuit of happiness, you cannot. The happiness is driving you from the house, and then you now found another place outside where it seems like happiness lives. In that, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm trying not to open the whole of my mouth and say it. Guys,
I know what to say. Let me help you. Just like you said that you are the one that is blaming. So see what he's saying. Tell me if I'm correct.
Okay.
He's trying to say, what if inside your house, the person you have already married, instead of giving you happiness, is giving you heartache and trouble, plenty trouble. Should one of your strategies of achieving happiness,
since we are talking about strategies,
be to look for it outside?
Because peace of mind may be living in the next yard. I'm just asking. I'm asking for guys. Guys, I told you today, I'm for you. I'm for you and
peace
for
of mind may be in the next yard.
The next compound. Or the next street. Just in case peace of mind lives there, we don't know.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So you answer the question now.
I just asked now. I'm asking for guys.
You'll be the one to answer it.
But we are trying to dodge this question. Let the women on the if you cannot answer, let the women on the call. Let the women answer for us.
Should the man
because I'm done asking the question as a
in
guy.
other words, you're saying the man has a cantankerous wife.
I didn't say that. I just say happiness is not in the house. Yes. And the guy is looking for a way to get this happiness. And his own happiness is defined as peace of mind. And in order to have peace of mind, so that there will be peace in the house, he will come to the house. He will do the house the way the house, madam, wants the house to be done. And then by the time he goes outside, he will find happiness outside and enjoy himself
in the next compound.
In the next wherever, then come back to the house. That's a strategy for happiness. Is it okay? Ladies, what do you think? Because she's not answering.
I'm not answering because you know what my answer is now.
What's your answer?
My answer is
some ladies are beginning to answer. Please, you push your answer more. I saw one. I see one answer.
Franca.
Say what you are looking for outside will be worse than what you have in your home.
Thank you, Franca. Thank you very much. In fact, God bless you, Franca. See, Franca said, Franca, thank you. I just see comment you left. And yet, you and your hobby have a way of completing your statement. Sometimes without words, you zitch. Just like in hotel. So many are interesting. Whoa, thank you so much, Franca.
The most you say, peace of mind on the next street is dangerous.
And not advisable.
He should figure out what step to take and get his happiness back. Meaning that there was happiness there before.
Yes, get his happiness back. I think honestly, this is really good feedback. Now, the thing is, some people are quick to say what I have is not good and I want to chase something outside. And you know the thing about what is outside, it always looks beautiful, always looks nicer, because the fact is, the people that you see outside, they are all nice and packaged, and I mean, nobody just comes out and presents everything about them. People always put their best foot forward, and you whatever you do, you won't know all about the person until you get married to the person. You may know a lot, but there's still a lot you will not know, right, until you get closer. So you may be drawn to that person outside and feel that, oh, I'm going to get the answer to my question.
Okay.
What?
Guys are revolting. They say, Franca, don't be so sure. Don't be so sure that it will be worse. Don't be so sure.
Hey, Franca is beauty. Hi, Franca is
The guys will talk.
Wait.
Why must it always be he? Do women not seek peace outside? It's possible. Me, I was just asking for the guy.
Okay, so please, to all concerned, the answer that we are giving concerns both genders, both male and female, and women. The grass is greener where you.
What are the ground?
Correct. Which shows the effort that you have to put in.
So if you want green grass, my brother, provide water.
Because the thing is, once upon a time, you claimed that both of you are in love. Once upon a time, you said, oh, this is the best thing after fried rice. You know, you were absolutely drawn to this person, and you said everything was fine. You people were a match made in heaven, and so on. Where did things begin to go south? Can you go back to that point and start to see what happened, what went wrong, what changed, what broke that we did not pay attention to, you know, or what gradually degraded and eventually, got bad? Can we fix it? Can we restore it? How can we? Sometimes just simple, you are so busy and I am so busy can be the problem.
Yes.
And we grow apart.
Yes.
So we don't sit down to talk anymore because he's just, maybe me, I was saying, I want a man who's really busy, I want a man who's hardworking. I want a man who rises to the top of his whatever, his profession, career, something. And then he now starts rising. And this rising comes with extended stay in the office. And all of a sudden, we're not seeing each other as much. We're not talking when he comes around. There's hardly anything to talk about, because his world is there, my world is here. We're growing apart over time. If there's no deliberateness in saying we are going to achieve peace in this home, good communication in this family, you have defined it. These things can just continue until by the time you look back, it's like, what? Like, how are you there and I am here? But then if you are watching it and you're deliberate about making sure you achieve that happiness in your home, when the business is happening, you're going to say, oh boy, I see you're getting very busy. Please put 1 hour there on your calendar. Put me in your calendar. Some people say, to talk to you, I need space on your calendar. As if it's a crime. He's busy.
Put space.
Get the space on the calendar. If that's what it will come
sometimes,
to.
let's.
But she's busy. Get the space on her calendar.
Let's tell them the truth. What used to cause fight one time like this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see Grace. Grace is in the studio. Can we bring Grace in before I say what I want to say? I should say.
Yeah, say what you want to say and then be bringing Grace.
Okay, I'll be bringing Grace in. Grace, let's bring Grace into the studio. Grace, can you hear us? Grace,
yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can we hear Grace?
Hi. Jimoski says some grass can be stubborn to grow, no matter how you water and fertilize it. May God help us.
May God help us. It may be stubborn grass. I can't hear Grace. Goodness. I can't hear Grace.
Hi, good evening.
What's going on?
Hello.
What's going on? Give me. Can you hear
Good
her?
evening.
Okay. Hold on. So we will. Okay. Oh,
everybody else can hear her, and we can't. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so hold on. Let's see. Can you guys get me to hear Grace? Just get me to hear Grace. Let me see. Grace, can you try for us again?
Good evening. Hi.
All right, so Grace, go ahead. Grace, go ahead and share your point.
Okay, so this is like a personal point of view. I feel that my happiness shouldn't be tied to someone. I mean, if I'm going to tie my happiness to something, not even someone, it's supposed to be a hobby. Yes, something I love doing. Because, I mean, what if that person is not there tomorrow? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now. Hello, can you hear us?
Okay, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you
now, Grace. So you can go ahead.
Okay, so I feel that yes. Okay.
Hello, can you hear us?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
So you can go ahead.
Okay, so this is a personal point of view.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, it seems we can't get the connection on this end. So Grace, I think you need to type because we're unfortunately, apologies for that. We aren't able to get the audio right here. So Grace, please, if you can type your comment, we'll pick it up and then we'll discuss it. But I believe everyone in the audience heard and gained from what you said. I guess we will gain after when we go and watch it.
we couldn't hear you in studio, so please, Grace, can you just type?
Yes, if it was a question, just type it and we'll answer.
Type your question, type your personal, your perspective, so that we can respond to it. For some reason, we couldn't hear in studio. It just keeps echoing. So this is the point I wanted to make before Grace called. That point you were making about sometimes the truth about marriage is that things change, life happens, right? And both in marriage and in relationships, you would have a relationship where you have a young guy. The guy is not doing, or maybe he's doing one small business by himself, right? When you guys met, and he has all the time to send you flowers. Notice the flowers. He has all the time to send you flowers. He's always chatting up with you. He's always there. You tell him, I want to see you now. He's at your estate gate. He has time. But life happens. That guy begins to move up. As he's moving up, what's going on? He's getting busier. So he's getting busier and is able to buy you much more flowers.
But he may not be able to show up at the gate.
He may not be able to show up at the gate at the point when you want him to show up. So, and then, because he's also getting so busy, the time he will use to construct all those texts has reduced, because if he's trying to type text and his boss see him on phone, it's like waste of time. So he has to work, right? So my point is, as we get busier, our definition of happiness and things that make us have to begin to change in alignment with the person that we married.
Yeah, and that's why.
So what I wanted to learn, what I wanted to learn is that even between the two of us, there was a time when if I call her on the phone and she doesn't answer the call, it's like, someone is not respecting me. You get it? What kind of disrespect is that? The husband calling my wife, he's not answering the call. But she's busy.
So we had to discuss, right? And talk about it. And then in the end, you now said, okay, if you're in a meeting or something and you're not able to take the call, just send a, what was that? I'll call you. What's that thing now? That there's that message, like I can't take your call right now or something, or in a meeting or something. Just a short message to let him know, yes, I saw that you called. I couldn't take the call because of whatever reason, which you find out later. Yes.
Okay, I will know that. Okay,
so that way he felt at least he got some kind of feedback, rather than me not answering at all. We discussed it and aligned on that.
And then times now changed.
Then he now became busy.
I now became busy. So she will now call and I'll say, is this thing very important right now? Can we discuss it later? That thing will cause fight in some homes. So you see, you took my call and you say, it means that simple thing I said now, somebody will say, you mean I'm not important? That's problem. That's wahala wearing raincoat.
So communication, we're right back there, right? Very important, everyone. Please pay attention. Discuss when things are beginning to shift, when conditions are beginning to change.
You need to notice. You need to pay attention.
Yes, pay attention and talk about it, so that it doesn't break you or tear you apart. Yes. So we are at that time when it's time to say goodbye.
It's not time to say goodbye yet. They are those people, those producers, they are mistiming us. That thing says that we still have 3 minutes, so we can still make noise. They are mistiming us. They are using network time. Don't listen to them.
Okay.
Guys, we can take one question. Does somebody have one question that we can take, or else I'll just make noise and go? But I don't want to disobey the producers today. Yes. You should see the time there. It's different. They're ringing bell for us. We can take one question, one comment. Grace, I was hoping that your comment would come in so that we could analyze it, or we could speak with it.
Yeah, Grace had said she wouldn't tie her happiness to anyone. That's what if the person is no longer there.
What if the person is no longer there?
Oh yes, that's
what
important.
What do you think about that?
So okay, I will talk about that one. Happiness, right? You just need to understand that life is in seasons, okay? And when you are single and you're on your own, right? Everything depends on, to a great extent, you. As in, you're not tied like that to somebody. You can create your own space, say this is my territory, this is what I'm doing. You call all the shots, you define everything, the kind of expectations you have of people, it's not it's different because they are not legally bound to you. They are not your husband or wife or something, right? But when you're in a marriage, of course, that's different because there are certain expectations, and expectations. Now, Grace, you say, what if the person goes away? For as long as you are in that marriage, it's another season where there's somebody that is seriously connected to you, and you cannot make your life happen in isolation of that person because they are a part of your life. You are in partnership with that person.
They are in this together.
Yes. So for the season that you guys are together, you work it together, and your definition of happiness needs to include them because they are just a part of your life. But then it doesn't mean that you are depending on them to make you happy. More like, if he doesn't talk to me, I'm going to become the most miserable person on the planet. Or if he doesn't decide to watch my romantic comedy with me, then I'm going to have a boring evening. No, I'm going to say, all right, bye, go upstairs. I'm going to sit down here, dim the lights, watch this movie with a glass of wine or something. I'm going to be happy myself. You know, he can decide I'm going to travel, and I'm like, I don't feel like traveling. And he's like, okay, I'll go by myself. And I'm like, okay, have fun.
Yes.
You know, as in, there's still some level of independence even in the marriage. But if for any reason the person is not in the picture anymore, you now have a new season where you begin again to define, okay, what is new, what is happiness now? So just see, nothing is cast in yes. So be able to adapt and adjust, you know, and make changes here and there, but ultimately pursue happiness, whether it's as an individual, as a couple, as an employee, as a business person, as a member of your congregation, as a whoever, as a child in your family, as a parent. Pursue happiness.
And on this note, we would like to say thank you, and please join us again next week.
Yes,
same time. 8 o'clock. It doesn't change whether we're in Nairobi, we're in Dubai, we're in Nigeria. Just look for 8 o'clock.
West African time.
West Africa, 8 o'clock West African time. Doesn't matter where you are. Even if we eventually make it into Elon Musk space this thing, 8 o'clock Nigerian time. And please share the link.
Yes.
Share the link. If it had made any impact to you, if it had made some sense, if you have found some tips, please share the link. Share on Facebook, share on WhatsApp, share on
and if you feel,
YouTube.
I think I should say this. If you feel there's any burning issue we should address,
you want us to address,
feel free.
Maybe we should even put a poll up on your page next for the next week and say let's put up a poll and tell us what topics should we talk on.
We really want to be sure that what we are saying is what is critical for you.
Yes. So on that note, wait first, it's your show. You close it. I'm not closing it for you.
All right, guys. Good night. And remember, common sense is not so common. Bye.
What? Now what did I do?